Testing everything through knowledge. What I mean exactly by testing everything by knowledge is that everything in the world happens by God. For everyone. And if it does not happens, and if everything does not happens by God, then how everything happens for humans especially? So let me tell you, if God witnesses truth that human will get something and he will live according to what he decided, and if human do the opposite and does not believes in God, where the human has to believe in God, then is it because of God who witnessed truth that the human will live according to what he decided? Testing with knowledge, I mean, if anyone believes in God, how they believe in God? If anyone does not believe in God, why they don't believe in God? Have you ever practically tested with knowledge what is truth? The human gets fate on his forehead, and fate is put in his stomach, body, with which the human reacts and thinks and understands. And if anyone puts a fate on human to sin, then human sins. And if anyone puts fate on human to bless someone with something, then it's because of fate. So who gives fate? Does God gives fate or any genius gives fate? How anyone can give fate to anyone other than God? Who can give fate to humans? If anyone can give fate to humans, that means evil too can give fate to human. So if a human do sins, then it's fate given to human by evil sinner, and God must accept that if anyone went against him and if anyone did sin, then it's because of evil sinner. And what if evil sinner is declared as sinless in the front of humans, in the world of humans? And if anyone thinks bad or understands bad when they get fate to think bad or understand bad, do they get punishment? I mean, I'm talking about human who comes to know truth about someone that they are not God, they are actually evil, and people are worshipping them as gods. So if human comes to know truth, and if human thinks or understands bad about that someone who can be known as God or who is God of any genius, will human get punishment to sin? Will human get punishment not to believe in God? Will human get punishment to think bad and understand bad? God already knows this. If someone believes in Him, how someone believes in Him. If someone loves God, how someone loves God. God knows if someone is walking, how they are walking. If someone is acting, by acting I mean if someone do act. So if someone thinks or if someone understands, how they understand, how they think. God already know this. Ask God if He knows this or not. And if He knows this, why He punishes those who says they have sinned? Why He punishes those who does not believe in Him and waits for them to believe in Him? And He knows that someone believes in Him when they get faith to believe in Him. And who makes the faith? God already knows this. Because if God already witnessed truth of a human who is man, that he will get something in his life and is something, then don't you believe that God has made fate of him? And if the person, if the man do the opposite, why he do opposite? So is it because of God or is it because of somebody else? And don't you believe that every genie of God believes in God only? So God, what God knows, all genies must know what God knows. How you will test with knowledge? What is original truth about something or someone? Don't you believe that any genie can come and take fate from human at any time by forcing human to think bad or understand bad? And at any time they can give their bad fate to human by saying the human think bad or understand bad. So what is knowledge actually? It's about truth. You have to believe in God truly. That God who knows what is truth and tells truth to everybody. If everybody believes that everything is from genies only, don't you believe that God is also a genie? So if a human who gets faith to believe in God truly, that He is original, what he will come to know, what he will believe after coming to know that everybody in the world of God is genie. And if anyone goes against anyone, then the fate changes. Then someone fate changes, of whom one genie becomes against anyone. So will that human be able to believe in God, that He is his real God, original God? And even Because everything every, in the world of humans happens by fate. So God knows this with knowledge. What is truth? If human laughs, if human cries, if human loves, if human hates, how he hates, why he hates someone, then why others becomes against those who thinks bad or understand bad about God or anyone, when they God knows that with knowledge that everything happens by fate on humans or those who comes in the world of humans, and with knowledge. So what kind of everybody believes in God that they don't know what is truth? So if genies of God believed in God, how they believed in God? Because whatever genie God believes, genies also believes the same. Just take an example. If I become against God for few seconds, if I don't believe that fate is put on me, I will say that I went against God. So according to knowledge, what is truth? The truth is that some genie came and put fate on me to go against God. So does God knows this? If God already knows this, why he becomes against me? Why his genies becomes against me? Why his people becomes against me? Don't they test with knowledge what is truth? And if I love God truly, if I cry and miss God, then if I don't believe that it's because of fate, I will say that I cried and love God and true love God because of me only. But what is truth through knowledge? If you test it with knowledge, I get fate to true love God. I get fate to cry and cry for God, crying for God. So if God already witnessed that he has made my life, so if I become against him, does not he knows that I went against him because of fate given to me by some other genie? If I believe in God whom I believe as original God, And after a few seconds, a few minutes, I believe that that original God is not original God after checking through knowledge. So is it because of me or because of the fate which is given to me? Every act, every thinking, every understanding, how everybody gets. How knowledge is tested actually. How someone test how anyone can test through knowledge. What is truth? Because if I'm searching through knowledge that whether my God is original or not original, don't you believe that I get fate to test it with knowledge? And whatever I am saying now, don't you believe or think that it's also because of fate given to me or I get? What about movement? The same thing does for the movement too. That if anyone moves, they even get fate to move. So if everything happens by God, then why God does not accept that if someone goes against him, or if someone becomes against him, or if someone hates him, then it's because of fates given to them by some genies. Just like some gods believe that in the beginning there was a man and woman. The man sinned by going against God. So did really the man in the beginning went against God, or some genie gave him fate to go against God? Because everything happens by fate. So if you test with knowledge, don't you believe the life will become good and beautiful if knowledge is true? The universe becomes beautiful if everybody comes to know about knowledge. And those who are evil sinners, who gives bad fate, are punished and declared as evil sinners. Because what the man will do, if he, what human will do? Human just listens to fate. He is forced to listen to fate. What happens if he does not listen to fate? What genies will do? Practically tested with knowledge. Since human does not do anything from them, everything happens to humans by God only. Because they don't know anything about genies. If they know anything about genies, they can prove to God that they are not sinners or they are not bad if they become bad or sin. And if anyone becomes, any genie becomes against God, what punishment must be given to them? Don't you think God must give them punishment and declare them as evil sinners in front of humans so they don't believe those genies gods to be of purity and sinless? So since everything is, I mean, when everyone who are genies can do anything with anyone, so genies does not believe in anyone as God, real God. Those who prove truth, they win. And those who have control on fate and decides to live by their time, they win to live by their time. Because someone in the world of humans declares and witnesses truth that everything happens by God only. Who is that God? And what human can do if human gets fate to think bad or understand bad or go against God or love God? Whatever his fate says, the human is forced to listen to it. I mean, human has to do what fate says. So even if human or anyone who comes in the world of humans, if they become good or stay good, if they become bad or stay bad, then it's because of fate only, with which they understand, think, and believe or not believe. So don't you think God already know this? And if God says, I don't give fate, then who gives fate? How anyone can get fate from anyone? If there is someone greater than God or real than God? How they can stay in the world of God and continue force human to sin or do something bad or go against God, because everything happens by God only. For humans or anyone who comes in the world of human. So even if God says, God witness truth about me, that I am his last. So if I don't believe in God to be true, don't you believe that I believe in God not to be true because of faith given to me by someone who is in the world of God? And what happens if I don't believe in that? And until when I can believe? I mean, until when I must believe that God is not true, God is not real, who made me his last? Because if I don't listen to fate, what happens to me? Because I am unable to take bad fate from me. I am unable to remove bad fate from me. And if I keep my mind clean, that fate forces me to do it. What fate says. You only practically test it. I'm telling to genies now. If you are genie, if you come in reality of human and you get fate to think bad or understand bad or do something good or so do something bad, until when you can believe? By keeping your mind clean, until when you will believe that you will not become bad, you will not stop believing in God to be true. You will not stop believing that God is real, who made you something. And those who gives you fate to think bad or do bad or understand bad or force you to sin by giving you fate to sin, if you come to know, they are declared as sinless, and people worship them. And if you think bad or understand bad about them, then you get punishment. Your mind is put in prison. Your mind does not work because of the genies. So will you ever test with knowledge what is truth about something or someone? What do you believe? What is knowledge? Believe in what is truth. And don't you believe, if you don't listen to the fate, if you don't do what you get in fate, you will get punishment, or you will become mad? What will happen to you if you don't listen to fate, what it says to you? If you don't do what fate says, fate wants you to do, which you get on forehead or in body, from stomach. Some genies will say you are changing time of God. So did really God made time for someone to sin and someone to do bad, and then God will ask that someone that you have sinned, and I will forgive you, pray for me, just like an evil sinner says? What is evil sinner actually? The one who is bad from mind, the one who is not good from mind. And when someone gives bad fate to someone and says, pray for me and I will forgive your sins, don't you feel or believe that it's not, I mean, it's evil sinner who have bad mind, and to continue living he will do anything, and to continue proving that he is true, and to continue having rulership he will do anything. And if someone says that God has made someone like me a god, and whatever I say, everything happens by me only, so I will say I am forever and nobody can erase it, and I win from everybody forever. I won from every god of every time, and nobody can erase it. I win from everybody in every time forever, and nobody can erase it. Even I cannot erase it. I am forever, and even I cannot erase it. Nobody can erase it. Even I cannot erase it. And I too love God, and nobody can erase it. Even I cannot erase it. So will it happen? What I said? Because God made me God. So whatever happens in the world, it happens by me. So this must too also happen by, this must also happen. I will say my family is forever and nobody can erase it. Even they cannot erase it. My family loves God truly forever. Even I cannot erase it and nobody can erase it. And they cannot erase it. I will say I'm rich forever and I cannot erase it and nobody can erase it. Even God cannot erase it if someone becomes God. By nobody I mean anyone who is even God, or somebody who becomes greater than God or not greater than God. And if I say my family loves me truly forever, and nobody can erase it. I cannot erase it. God cannot erase it. No genie can erase it. Nobody can erase it. In any times, forever. And once I said, it happens because I'm God. Someone made me God and everything happens by me. So whatever I say, it happens. So this must too happen. So what do you think? According to knowledge, what is truth? If someone tries to change it, how they will try to change it? By proving that they are true, or by knowledge, by proving something with which, through understanding, it can be changed, or by tricking someone through knowledge. So since I am God, I say I must never be tricked forever. Whatever I say, it must happen from immediate effect and forever. I will even say I must get whatever I want forever. I will even say nobody must win from me or from my family forever because I am God. So whatever I say, it happens. Then this too also happens. This too must happen. And if it's not happening, did you ever try to find out through knowledge why it's not happening or why it has not happened? Don't you believe that God who made me God is lie or wrong? Or there is somebody greater than God? And I will say, I must not become against anyone. And I will say, I will not think bad against anyone. And I will say, I will not understand bad against anyone forever. And this too must happen. And my family must also not think bad against anyone and not understand bad against anyone forever. So whatever I'm saying now, it's by fate only given to me. Fate which is put on me. So I'm speaking it. So don't you believe through knowledge? Did you try to check it out until now that whatever I'm saying in my coming few seconds or few minutes, what I am saying, how I am saying is because of fate given to me? Or I'm saying it by my own? What do you believe? What is a believer actually? A believer who believes in truth, a truth which does not exist. I mean, a truth which is not truth, but he believes in truth, which is lie. If it is proven by anyone as lie, So a believer is that who believes in God, with whom everything happens, with whom everything acts, runs, or lives. Whether God is true or God is lie, it does not matter. Because everything happens to believer by God only. And God makes someone a believer to believe in him a believer can say what is truth about something if he believes in everything by testing through knowledge what is truth. By believing in himself. Because any truth can be proven as lie by any more truth. And until nobody proves that a truth is not truth, that truth wins. And truth is also that God exists and God does not exist. So if someone believes that God exists, is it true? Then someone wins. If it is true, by practically testing it, that God exists is true through knowledge. And if someone tests through knowledge that God does not exist, and that is also true. because somebody believes that God does not exist, which is true. So if anyone is true in anything, they win. If anyone says God exists and God exists only, and that is only true, then those who are believing that God does not exist, why they are believing? How they are believing that God does not exist? Test it with knowledge. Is it because of God? If God exists, everything happens by God only. So if somebody does not believe in God, so it's by God only, and God is not true, because he says it, somebody does not believe in him because not of him. So God is true and God is lie. So a believer is that who believes that God is true and God is lie. A believer is that who says that God exists and God does not exist. Believe in truth. A truth which says God exists and God does not exist. Check it through knowledge by practically testing it. Because when God says that he does not let disbelievers not believe in him, it's because of him or it's not because of him. If God is lie, then God is not true. When God is not true, then it does not matter whether God is true or lie. So whoever believing in God to be true only is lie. You must believe as a believer that God exists. And that happens when you see God, when you hear God. And if anyone says that everything happens by God only, then they must accept, and God must accept, that if anyone becomes against God, or if anyone do sin, then it's because of God and God genies who give faith to someone to sin or go against them. Then God must not say that someone you did sin, because someone who forces someone to sin by giving faith is sinner. Real sinner, whom you will punish if you have to punish someone. The real sinner or the fake sinner. It's about testing with knowledge. And like I said about my God, like God is the first spirit of fake dream. And since it was fake dream, do you believe fake dream to exist? So nobody is true. In what you will believe? That fake dream does not exist is true? Since everything in the fake dream is lie and become real by the belief of original God, fake dream does not exist. Fake dream are fake only. It's God who is believing that fake dream is true. If he does not believe that fake dream is not true, does fake dream exist? Since fake dream is fake only, truth is temporary. There is no truth, there is no lie. We created truth and lie because of the belief of original God. If you believe in truth, which is not proven as lie by anyone, then you win. If you don't believe in truth, then practically test it what happens. Others who are more truth than you, or others who are truth than you, they win from you. And everybody gets fate in the world of humans to do something good or to do something bad. So God needs to accept the truth. that nothing is true and nothing is lie. A truth is only that which is seen and heard and proved by someone to be true through testing with knowledge. How anyone gets fate when you continue to live and like something or dislike something, you get fate of that something to like or dislike something. So who gives fate to like or dislike something? Don't you believe that is God only? How anyone can get themselves a fate which they don't have? Test it through knowledge. What is truth? And even if God gets understanding or thinking of somebody, that somebody is not true or somebody is not lie or fake, then how God gets that understanding or thinking? Does God gets fate through knowing memory, by seeing and hearing through mind, through memory? If somebody is becoming original, then it's because of his fate given to him. If somebody is fake, then it's because of fate given to him. Just try to take out fate from original. Anyone who says they are original, just try to take out fate. Don't take out fate from everyone. Just practically test on genies who are original. Take out fate from them of being original, who are in the world of humans, and see whether they are original or not. Don't test it over me, and don't test on anybody. Just test on two genies, one original and one fake, to see what is truth through knowledge. If you believe, somebody becomes original. By believing in truth. And somebody becomes fake by believing, by not believing in truth. Don't you think at any time with any truth, somebody who have faith of being original can become fake? And somebody who is fake can become original by getting faith to become original? How anyone gets belief? I told you. Did you remember? Everybody gets belief, and some, and everybody, I mean, everybody gets belief, but some get. I will tell you about believers and disbelievers. Those who are believers believes because they get faith to believe, and those who are disbelievers, they get faith not to believe. So what is truth and what is lie? Are those who gets faith to believe are true, and are those who does not get faith to believe are lie? Who gives faith to believers to believe? Who gives faith to believers not to believe? Did you ever practically test it with knowledge? Practically test it to find out what is knowledge. And who says to disbelievers, you are disbelievers, you are not of God? And who says to believers, you are believers and you are of God? Does it make any sense? Did you understand through knowledge just now what is original truth? A original truth in fake dream. A original truth of fake dream. That is lie. You understand? A original truth of fake dream. A fake dream which is lie. So everything is lie until it is real and seen and heard. This is a truth which is beautiful like me. God.